that African women in the diaspora have totally lost their values and culture. Watch this video, then we'll continue with the conversation.
So what has been my exposure there? Indian women. They're the one, they're 4 feet, some of them little 4 feet, things, small things that are making dream money. They came direct from their village into the system and they're making 180,000, 190,000, 200,000 dream money. But there's a strange thing I notice about them. As they come to work, they're wearing their native wear, that thing that they tie and hang on their neck with that dot here. I stayed in the United States. I was born here. In all my years of staying here, you'll never hear the Indian women dragging their men to the American court system for divorce. It is our women that use the American court system to destroy our men. They bring the court in to help them destroy the men. You will never hear Indian women doing that thing. I watch Indian women and women from so many other places. They're not crazy about the Louis Vuitton, Gucci, all the designers wears. They are not even interested. Indian women, I meet them. They've been here 15 years, 20 years. They still keep their accent. They still speak as if they're living in India. But when I meet our women, and our women, all that they have to do is just get to a level of where they're making 50,000, 60,000, 70,000 or 80,000 a year. I'm talking about small money. Small money. Immediately the marriage is in danger. And they change. They start bleaching. And they start talking, sure, yeah, sure, yeah, sure, yeah, I went, oh my God, I went to New York. I look at Korean women. I look at other women. They have this sense of cultural identity. African women do not have a sense of cultural identity whatsoever. Little money and the marriage is over. It has come to a point where we really can't define marriages in the African context anymore in the United States because the man is changing diapers. He's washing the plates. He's sweeping the floor. He's cooking. Most men now have to cook to keep their marriages intact. He's picking the kids and dropping them. Like I've seen the experiences. I don't need to go far. I don't want to go too, but the woman is shouting at them, where's the child's belt? Where's the child's socks? Where's the child's everything? And the women go around telling everybody, we are partners. There's nothing like head of the household. We are partners. Okay. So the men are doing everything in the women's role and also doing everything in their role. And they also keep their jobs. And that is supposed to be the perfect. If you don't do like that, they'll call American court on you.
Nigerian women, we have suffered. Africa, we have suffered. Every time our men find the opportunity to talk negative, they start to describe. I'm sure he's describing his mother too. Sisters, everybody. Because the issues are the same, whether we are in Nigeria or abroad. We are overworked women. And the moment you have the courage to say, I need help to your husband, you have stood up to him. When your husband can beat you here, I know women who took the domestic violence from their husband, or the battery from the husbands, and they were pursuing visas. Because they know when they cross border, they will have mouth to talk.
What I like about what he said was that we lose our identity. So while I think that women should not be slaves to their men, I do not agree with that. And maybe Indians, I don't know about Indians, I don't know their culture, I don't care about their culture, I care about my own culture. Mm-hmm. So if Indian women want to be slaves to their husband, that's their own cup of tea. Mm-hmm. What he said about African women losing their identity, they go and buy their hair, and they'll be like, oh, so strong. They will be like, so strong, but I'm talk to my Afro. I understood him from that point of view. Right. Why do Africans, not even just African women, men as well, lose their culture because they are in... As an African person, man, woman, girl, child, boy, everything.
Thank you, Ike.
Why can't you retain who you are and be proud of that culture? Why must you be... Look, our young hip-hoppers today, because American artists wear sunglasses, all of them wear sunglasses inside the nights. So why must Africans lose their identity?
So is that identity issue? Why do we go there and want to become white? Not even African Americans. We want to just be totally white. And but the other Nigerian community that they stay with each other. I know the Igbo community in Texas. They help each other. They grow together. They form a whole community. And those ones are able to raise their children. Well, I don't have all the facts. Somebody can come and say that maybe you're wrong. But I know there's a community in Texas that have been able to grow
They meet,
raise their children, they
do
meet each
their
other.
Annual,
Yes. So we see Indians, the Chinese, they have the Indian community, the Chinese community, and they're still able to retain their culture. But we find ourselves in different communities.
Let's not generalize, but let me be very careful.
Yeah.
But Indians are very abusive of the female gender, all their cultures. You know, you can retain a family's dignity by killing your sister for just for the mention of seeing her with somebody toasting her. And these cultures are things that Indians are fighting with their media ads and all of those things Miriam talked about. In India, as a mother-in-law, I can just hate my daughter-in-law and tell my son, she looked at me somehow, I will slap her. And the videos are everywhere that they're advocating to change. So you now pick a community or a culture that you know nothing about.
What he said was that they still retain their culture. We're not talking. Leave their
part of it.
Let us talk about maintaining your culture. You see them; they still wear their saris. How many African women do you see without the hair? How many African women do you see without the Gucci bag?
In other communities, so the Indian communities, you give birth to an Indian child there. He understands his language. He speaks his language. Born and raised in America, still has their, yes, they can be muddy. He can have the American culture, no doubt. But he understands. Sometimes they even have the tonality of their roots. Same thing with the Chinese. You give birth to see a Chinese, yes, the Chinese American, but he still speaks his language. But for Africans, many of us, we don't even want our children to speak our language. Even us living abroad, we don't speak our language to our children. That's what he's saying. So that identity crisis is what we're talking about. Because of that, the factors we've experienced in Africa, we come there and we don't want anything to do with anything black. Why are we not able to build African communities successfully, to be wealthy, to help others, as the Chinese do, as the Indians do? How come we don't?
Hi everyone. I know a lot of people will have a different opinion when it comes to this video. The ladies explained how they felt about the whole video, and also a lot of people is gonna have a lot of opinion, a lot of options, and a lot of contribution in this particular video. I will not say anything. I would like you to put your own experience down, say what you feel like is the right thing to do, and also tell us what you think that is happening. There are particular places that I want to emphasize on. They said we start changing our colors when we arrive here, and as soon as we start making like 50,000, according to brother, what's his name again? Sorry, my brother, if I didn't mention your name very well. That we will start misbehaving, putting fake hair, wearing fake human hair and all that. My brother, I will agree with you on that aspect. Bleaching our skins, changing our identity, trying to be Americanized like the one I'm putting on right now. You know, all these things doesn't define who we are. All these things that we see putting on, some people will brag that their investment ending hair. Then the investment ending, how many different hair they change day by day. Just to show you the little mindset that we have. He made some sound points there that I can agree with him. And some other things I will not really agree with him. But I will leave you guys to decide and to also make your own contributions and tell me what you think about this video. And those women, one of them said Texas build their community. My sister, don't say what you don't know. That is a complete lie. Which community? Anyway, I will leave you guys to drop your comment and your opinion, because people will have different opinion. People will say a lot of things about this particular video. So I will not be the one to say what I feel about it. I will return back and tell you what I feel about it. And also, please, those of you that are sending me messages on WhatsApp regarding about our matchmaking, listen here and listen very careful. everything we have, how we have procedures and regulations, how we follow. We have due processes. Yes, I do matchmaking, and I have couples of testimony that is coming up soon, where we will go and witness their wedding and their introduction. We also have ladies in United States that are getting married day by day through my platform. Please, if you come to my WhatsApp and you want me to matchmake you, all you need to do, just send me a message. This is what I want. You go straight to the point. Please do not start asking me, hello, hi, how you doing? Those things are not necessary. Hit to the point, and then I will tell you the procedure. You have to make a video and introduce yourself. The reason why I started asking for your videos, some people use other people's picture and they will claim to be who they are not. So you have to identify yourself in that video before we start getting to know you. And what I normally do, I do open matchmaking, because anybody that's visiting my platform have already know that my platform is only strictly for matchmaking, our NGO, and our exercise. Please bear in mind that if you come, you have to make few minutes video, 2 or 3 minutes video, to introduce yourself, say what you want and what you're looking for, and send your picture. And these things has been working. We have many testimonies coming up. We also have a brother that just got married recently through us, you know, a chef that ended up marrying a midwife, you know. So all these things, you come to meet people you didn't expect to meet. That is why I'm here. I am the middleman. So thank you for watching. Leave your message and leave your comments below. Have a blessed one.